Hey BookTube, what's up? My name's Dani. Welcome to my channel. This is my first ever video on this channel, so I'm definitely really excited. This channel is going to be very book oriented, and so really anything that you can think of that has books and involves books, I want to do it. Maybe do a couple challenges that don't involve them, but who knows? I don't know. You never know. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first book for this video is going to be a book that I recently just finished in 2017, which is Dark Mirror by M.J. Putney. There you go. I don't know if you guys can see it. Which, I love this cover, by the way. Don't you just love it? And I feel like, I don't know if you can see it, but look how, like, right here. But look right here, you can kind of see like the yellow glow where the hands touch for these two people, and I absolutely love it. I feel like, and like you can kind of feel it when you like touch the cover. You can kind of feel the mirror. You can kind of feel with the glow, and I just love it. I love book covers that you can just really feel like that it has like a texture. And look how thick it is. It's not that thick, but it like for other people, I guess it is, but for me, it's not. It's like a 300-page book, which is not bad, and I definitely feel like it's worth it. Like everything kind of gets tied up in this one book. I have to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was extremely good. The only thing I didn't like about it was how it was written, like in the type of person that it was, because it was written in the Tori had this and this and that, and this person. It wasn't, you know, like a, oh yeah, I went through this and I went through that. That's the only issue that I have with this book, but overall I really love it. It's a historical fiction romance kind of feel and genre, but I have to say that I really enjoyed it. It's something that I didn't know that I would really like, and I ended up really liking it. I have to say that the main character, Tori, is very developed, and this is something that I feel was like really refreshing, because a lot of main female role characters or female characters, their role is like very, in the first book or in the first couple of chapters, they're very like, oh, woe is me, you know, kind of just like really weak characters, and I really hate that. It really bothers me, because girls aren't like that. They're very strong. Well, at least it depends on the type of girl, but I think for the majority of girls, they're very strong-willed, and like a lot of the books that I read, they're very weak, and they're very like a damsel in distress almost, and it really bothers me, because I feel like it's not really realistic. But then, you know, of course the character like gets better throughout the book, but I feel like in this book, Tori, the main character, is just extremely strong, and from the beginning to the end, it's just someone that you root for, and that you're just not like, oh my god, just shut up already, you know. This book is set in the 1800s, and it's based on this girl named Tori, like I've been saying. And she in this world, which is in the 1800s, they're in the war with Napoleon, and it's based in England. And so them two are, you know, the two countries are at war, and it's this place where magic is the normal. It's something normal, and the aristocrats really hate it, because it's just, to them, it's not something normal. It gives people, an advantage that they don't like, and so it's just a world like that, and so the aristocrats take it upon themselves to kind of shun the people who have magic and take them out of this world. Not out of this world, but like kind of just make them into commoners, and not like the high places that they were originally in. And so whenever an aristocrat shows that they have powers, they're sent into this school called the Lackland Abbey. And so when they're sent to the school, this whole school is based on taking away that, or is teaching those people, which are mainly kids and teenagers, and they try to get them to suppress their power, and by the end of it, they're supposed to be cleared and kind of just wipe away all the powers that they have, and then send them back into society, and hopefully get a good match, and, you know, and marry very well. So it follows the whole book follows this main girl called Tori, and she ends up showing her powers in a very public way, and so they send her into Lackland Abbey. And throughout this whole thing, she ends up finding like an underground society of people who really do enjoy their powers, and that they plan on protecting England at at any cost necessary. And so she kind of gets into this world where to have powers is an amazing thing, and she starts learning about her powers and kind of progressing them, and ends up finding out that she can do something really, really cool along with the power that you already see in the first page. And then you have this whole romance, and then it goes into the 1940s, and it's just an amazing book that it has like a lot of twists and turns, but overall the plot is absolutely amazing. So I really, don't want to spoil anything else. So here's the spoiler part of of this video. So if you haven't read it yet and you don't want to know what's going on in this book, I suggest you stop watching right now, because I'm about to start spoiling a few things and I don't really want to do that for you. So let me just give you a minute. Alright, y'all. So for whoever it is that has watched it or read the book or really just wants to know about it, so here's some things. So Tori ends up, in the first page, really, you find out that she can fly. And I absolutely love that. I've always said that one of my powers that I really want is to be able to fly. Because can you just imagine you just like soaring through the sky, like almost like a bird? Like, oh my God, I really, 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 really like that. That would be like my main power, But anyway, she ends up going to the place, Lackland Abbey, like I said, and she just kind of gets this tour and everything that goes on, and then and to fast forward, she finds this underground society, and I absolutely love it because it's almost like she says in the book, it's something that is just, it feels better than what it does out in the open. They're very welcoming about your powers, and everyone just talks about it. And their positions that they were given in society isn't used in this book or in this society. And I absolutely love that. And I love the romance that goes between Allard and Tori. And the minute she just saw eye contact with him, or just like while he was playing football, I could not, I was just like, yes, I'm so shipping them. Oh my gosh, I love their romance throughout the whole thing. But yeah, and then they go on and they have this, almost like a connection, and they feel it right away when Allard goes and sees her. And so they go, and fast forwarding, they have a few nights to really understand their powers, and she starts really going into the society, and she starts really liking it. And then one day a raid goes into to the place where they're studying their magic, and they end up having to run and hide, because if not, it'll make them very difficult to practice their powers. So they're chasing all the students and everything that's there, and they chase them. And to help save her students and her newfound friends, Tori ends up guiding those people away from the whole little squad almost. And she ends up finding this mirror, and it's called the Merlin mirror. And so she goes through it, and then she ends up finding out that she time traveled to the 1940s into another war, which is World War II. And so it's a really cool thing, because I really like how she can time travel, which is something really, really cool. And it's another kind of thing that I really like in books, is time travel. And so I thought it was really cool to add that in there. And so overall, this whole thing, I really love it. And Cynthia is someone that you absolutely love to hate, but it's not something that that you absolutely hate her and you hate reading about her. It's someone that you love to hate. You know what I mean? It's like in those movies, you love to hate this one bad guy, and they're so good at being bad, but that you still have to hate him anyways whenever they go on. Well, I feel like it's the same thing with Cynthia, and I love how she grows throughout the book. She's not becoming this, she started out as this bully, to now she kind of has a humanity inside of her, and I really, really like that. It shows growth, and it's something that I really respect the author for doing. I think my favorite part of this whole book was really just the romance between Tori and Allard, because I feel like, well, I hope I'm saying their names right, but I feel like I loved the growing passion. It wasn't something, it almost felt like love at first sight, but it wasn't something that was just kind of unrealistic. Although they knew that there was a connection between them, they didn't act on it. And although you could tell the wanting of them to be together, I just love how it built up, because although nothing happened between them throughout the book, it was something that you could feel the chemistry between them. And then when they finally got together in the 1940s, I died. I was screaming and everything because I was so excited to finally see them get together, because it was something that I felt like they earned, you know. And I hated it. I kind of felt like there was something different about Allard, and to find out that he had a feeling that he was gonna die was just something that when I read, I was like, oh my gosh. And then when it actually happened, I was crying because I absolutely wanted them to be together, and I didn't want nothing to tear them apart. And then to find out that Tori pulled all the powers from other people, and then to just pull it and to heal him was just, it was something that I wasn't expecting, but at the same time I really, really wanted to happen. So I was really, really happy about that. Overall, I don't want to spoil out too much, but I really do. Hopefully the little pieces that I gave you guys was really fun and really awesome. Hopefully it wasn't confusing. But if it is, I'm sorry. Hopefully it'll be better in my next video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously, I recommend this book. It's absolutely amazing. I read it in one night. I could not put this book down, and it's something that I would give to anybody. I really, really, really recommend this book. M.J. Putney definitely did an awesome job, and I seriously cannot wait to pick up the second and third book. So don't forget, I hope you really like it. I really hope you like this video. I hope you like this review, and I definitely recommend it. Like I said, it's something on top of the list that you need to add. Oh my goodness, add this book on your list. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let's do it now. But hopefully you guys like it. Bye.